The useful idiots, the leftists who are idealistically believing in the beauty of Soviet socialist or communist or whatever system, when they get disillusioned, they become the worst enemies. That's why my KGB instructors specifically made a point: never bother with leftists. Forget about these political prostitutes. Aim higher. This was my instruction. Try to get into large circulation, established conservative media. Rich, filthy rich movie makers, intellectuals, so-called academic circles. Cynical, egocentric people who can look into your eyes with angelic expression and tell you a lie. These are the most recruitable people, people who lack moral principles, who are either too greedy or too suffer from self-importance. They feel that they matter a lot. These are the people who KGB wanted very much to recruit.
But to eliminate the others, to execute the others, don't they serve some purpose? Wouldn't they be the ones they rely on?
They serve purpose only at the stage of destabilization of a nation. For example, your leftists in United States, all these professors and all these beautiful civil rights defenders, they are instrumental in the process of the subversion only to destabilize the nation. When their job is completed, they are not needed anymore. They know too much. Some of them, when they get disillusioned, when they see that Marxist-Leninists come to power, obviously they get offended. They think that they will come to power. That will never happen, of course. They will be lined up against the wall and shot. But they may turn into the most bitter enemies of Marxist-Leninists when they come to power. And that's what happened in Nicaragua. You remember most of these former Marxist-Leninists were either put to prison or one of them split, and now he's working against Sandinistas. It happened in Grenada when Maurice Bishop was already a Marxist. He was executed by a new Marxist who was more Marxist than this Marxist. Same happened in Afghanistan when first there was Taraki, he was killed by Amin, then Amin was killed by Babrak Karmal with the help of KGB. Same happened in Bangladesh when Mujibur Rahman, very pro-Soviet leftist, was assassinated by his own Marxist-Leninist military comrades. It's the same pattern everywhere. The moment they serve their purpose, all the useful idiots are either be executed entirely, all the idealistically minded Marxists, or exiled or put in prisons like in Cuba.
Mr. Bezmenov was born in 1939 in a suburb of Moscow. He was the son of a high-ranking Soviet Army officer. He was educated in the elite schools inside the Soviet Union and became an expert in Indian culture and Indian languages. He had an outstanding career with Novosti, which was and still is, I should say, the press arm or the press agency of the Soviet Union. It turns out that this is also a front for the KGB. He escaped to the West in 1970 after becoming totally disgusted with the Soviet system, and he did this at great risk to his life. He certainly is one of the world's outstanding experts on the subject of Soviet propaganda and disinformation and active measures. Well, you spoke several times before about ideological subversion. That is a phrase that I'm afraid some Americans don't fully understand. When the Soviets use the phrase ideological subversion, what do they mean by it?
Ideological subversion is the slow process which we call either ideological subversion or active measures, активные мероприятия in the language of the KGB, or psychological warfare. What it basically means is to change the perception of reality of every American to such an extent that despite of the abundance of information, no one is able to come to sensible conclusions in the interests of defending themselves, their families, their community, and their country. It's a great brainwashing process which goes very slow, and it's divided in four basic stages. The first one being demoralization. It takes from 15 to 20 years to demoralize a nation. Why that many years? Because this is the minimum number of years which requires to educate one generation of students in the country of your enemy. exposed to the ideology of the enemy. In other words, Marxism-Leninism ideology is being pumped into the soft heads of at least 3 generations of American students without being challenged or counterbalanced by the basic values of Americanism, American patriotism. The demoralization process in the United States is basically completed already. For the last 25 years. Actually, it's overfulfilled because demoralization now reaches such areas where previously not even Comrade Andropov and all his experts would even dream of such a tremendous success. Most of it is done by Americans to Americans, thanks to lack of moral standards. As I mentioned before, exposure to true information does not matter anymore. A person who was demoralized is unable to assess true information. The facts tell nothing to him. Even if I shower him with information, with authentic proof, with documents, with pictures, even if I take him by force to the Soviet Union and show him concentration camp, he will refuse to believe it until he is going to receive a kick in his fat bottom. When a military boot crashes his balls, then he will understand, but not before that. That's the tragic of the situation of demoralization. The next stage is destabilization. This time, subverter does not care about your ideas and the patterns of your consumption. Whether you eat junk food and get fat and flabby, doesn't matter anymore. This time, and it takes only from 2 to 5 years to destabilize a nation, what matters is essentials: economy, foreign relations, defense systems. And you can see it quite clearly that in some areas, in such sensitive areas as defense and economy, the influence of Marxist-Leninist ideas in the United States is absolutely fantastic. I could never believe it 14 years ago when I landed in this part of the world that the process will go that fast. The next stage, of course, is crisis. It may take only up to 6 weeks to bring a country to the verge of crisis. You can see it in Central America now. And after crisis, with a violent change of power, structure, and economy, you have so-called the period of normalization. It may last indefinitely. Normalization is a cynical expression borrowed from Soviet propaganda. When the Soviet tanks moved into Czechoslovakia in '68, Comrade Brezhnev said, "Now the situation in brotherly Czechoslovakia is normalized." This is what will happen in the United States if you allow all these schmucks to bring the country to crisis, to promise people all kind of goodies and the paradise on earth, to destabilize your economy, to eliminate the principle of free market competition, and to put a big brother government in Washington, D.C., with benevolent dictators like Walter Mondale, who will promise lots of things, never mind whether the promises are fulfillable or not. Your leftists in the United States, all these professors and all these beautiful civil rights defenders, they are instrumental in the process of the subversion only to destabilize the nation. When their job is completed, they are not needed anymore. They know too much. Some of them, when they get disillusioned, when they see that Marxist-Leninists come to power, obviously they get offended. They think that they will come to power. That will never happen, of course. They will be lined up against the wall and shot. But they may turn into the most bitter enemies of Marxist-Leninists when they come to power. And that's what happened in Nicaragua. You remember most of these former Marxist-Leninists were either put to prison or one of them split, and now he's working against Sandinistas. It happened in Grenada when Maurice Bishop was already a Marxist. He was executed by a new Marxist who was more Marxist than this Marxist. Same happened in Afghanistan when first there was Taraki, he was killed by Amin, then Amin was killed by Babrak Karmal with the help of KGB. Same happened in Bangladesh when Mujibur Rahman, very pro-Soviet leftist, was assassinated by his own Marxist-Leninist military comrades. It's the same pattern everywhere. The time bomb is ticking. With every second, the disaster
What's up, guys? How y'all doing? Can y'all hear me? I was playing audio. I was double checking. I could hear on my end through my phone. So, what's up, the specialist? Did you hear what was playing earlier? Could you hear or not? Because I could hear like I logged in on my other channel. I was testing to see if the audio was going through. Yeah, what I was playing was it's oh, you can hear me now, huh? Lou, did you catch the few minutes I was playing the same audio I play on the last podcast about subversion, how um, spies influence like a nation and basically covert how people should think and how they should act in society. So I've been waiting for this stream on censorship. Let me put the banner on censorship. All right. So everybody can hear me. That's good. Censorship. A lot of voices out here are being censored. YouTube is acting stupid. Um, and speaking of censorship, guys, earlier today I was with brother Sub Zero 3639. I don't know if you guys know him. He has a channel, and when you go into his channel, the last stream he had, like the last content was like 3 months ago, and he basically said that YouTube has been bullying him, deleting his comments, removing subs. Like he keeps seeing his subs, like the numbers going down, and he's like, I haven't uploaded any new content. He's like, what's going on? And yeah, and today, like what was it around? It was around like 1 or 2. I had a stream this morning, and then when I finished, I saw him come live, so I went to his channel, and was it the wacky TV was also there too. And while we were streaming, basically his show was he said, I know who's was it flagging my show. And about 1 hour, basically while we were talking, he said, look, he said, watch, since I'm talking about this and complaining about them, look, they're gonna end my stream because they've been doing this all this time, right? When we hit the 1 hour mark, YouTube ended the stream. We're like, what? They literally ended his stream. They deleted it live on air. And all he was doing was just complaining about why they were restricting his voice, why they deleted. He wasn't even saying anything. He didn't violate any YouTube policy, nothing. There was no curse word, nothing. And then what happened was he was like, okay. We talked behind the scene what on StreamYard, and then he's like, okay, once I end this stream, I'm gonna stream it or upload it and premiere it, right? So he premiered it again, right? While he was premiering, he promised he scheduled to basically upload a video he did on Nick Cannon, right? Watch this. While he's premiering his last stream that was canceled or deleted by YouTube, he also he started premiering or uploading his second video, right? Which was about Nick Cannon because he say he wanted to do that first, but then he's like, I needed to make it live to basically complain about what YouTube is doing to his channel, right? Um, yeah, Lou. Actually, when you use Streamyard, what happened is because StreamYard is like the middleman. So whatever I'm doing on StreamYard, even if YouTube ends the stream where you guys can see it, StreamYard still records it. So on my screen, if I don't enter broadcast, I'm still recording on StreamYard, and basically it stores it on StreamYard account. And whatever live that I've done so far, it's gonna be there for 7 days. So basically, they set it up where if I want to download the audio of my stream or the full video, I can do so. But my deadline is 7 days. After 7 days, if I don't download all of it, then it gets deleted. So that's the good thing about having StreamYard. It's you're safe. So For those out there who depends on YouTube, like I know some guys what they do is, oh, let me just click live. If you do that and YouTube deletes your video, guess what? Even if you appeal, which is unlikely, you can by the time you're waiting for YouTube to appeal your request, you can download that video. That's why I'm like, man, that stream was on fire, man. How can and then I went to StreamYard. I was like, okay, how can and then I saw it. I'm like, oh, okay, it saves it. Mr. Fantastic is the one who told me. He's like, just go on the StreamYard, just look on the past lives. I'm like, oh, okay, okay, that's something that's good to know. So going back to the story, so brother Sub Zero started uploading the Nick Cannon video he was supposed to, right? So I was watching the replay that he was uploading, right? And even his views, like he has like over 8,000 subs, and even when he was live streaming, like he only had like 20 people. I'm like, yo, that's not right. Usually Sub Zero when he used to stream, he would have like 200, 150 at a time. So because everybody would get his notification, I didn't even get his notification. I just happened to be streaming because I see a lot of guys were not streaming today. It was, I guess, this Wednesday was like a dead day. Like there wasn't a lot of stream like usual. So I saw his stream and I logged in, and then while he's premiering, I was, oh, okay. Let me check out his video, the one about Nick Cannon. Guess what happened? YouTube deleted it. Bam! They strike him again while he's uploading his last live that was smashed, deleted by YouTube. Do you guys see what's going on? I mean, we just came out of, oh, Black Lives Matter. We gotta support the black voice. We oppress. Our voice must be heard. And what does YouTube do? Man, they're big bullies, man. Like I'm like, come on, like the brother wasn't even saying anything evil, nothing. All he's just expressing his complaint. Like, man, why they torturing my channel? And YouTube deletes his live stream. So the question will be, because I know YouTube is gonna say you violated community guidelines. Okay, what community guideline is it to complain about YouTube? Is it illegal to complain about YouTube? Is it against YouTube's community guidelines to complain about them censoring you? So man, this is this is why that's why I keep saying, man, some of us in this area, like they're gonna get rid of us, man. Like, and we're not even saying anything radical or nothing, but they're silencing the people's voice. And when you think about it, I'm like, they're going against everything they claim to be. They claim about giving to people the voice, but it's very selective. How can you shut down somebody who's just interacting with his subscribers and he's not saying anything violent, anything like no cursing, no, it's just a language, like just a conversation. It's just a complaint. Be like, why are you doing this to me? And then within 1 hour, like by 1 hour mark, you cancel his live without his permission, against his will. I'm like, wow. And Wacky also was there. Wacky TV. He came in. He was on the panel. MOT was also on the panel too before but he had to bounce. But it seems like, man, now I understand why a lot of people, what they do is they'll stream something and then they just take the video down, because it's like, how far can you restrict your free speech to the point where you can? That's why I made a marker. I'm like, you're gonna come to the point where you won't be able to speak English anymore. You're gonna be like goo goo gaga we gibby goo goo goo. I'm like, do they want us to be at that point where it's so ambiguous you can't tell what a person's saying so that you be safe? Because it, well, guess what? They might flag it. They'll be like, well, you know what? You're discriminating against babies. You're making a mockery. You're violating community guidelines, and then bam, they strike you. uh, what's up, this James? Brother, Sub Zero, 3639. And I think if you look him up, you probably will able to find him because they shadow ban him too. Hold on. Let me look him up. Sub Zero 3639. And it's funny, I even typed into Sub Zero and nothing came up because I was looking for him earlier, like on my search memory. Okay, I found him finally. I'm gonna post his channel in the chat. So whenever you guys get a chance, you can go there and actually listen to the video. Let's see. Okay, I just posted his channel. And the video, like the stream that got deleted and he restreamed it, it looks like it's still there. I guess YouTube didn't delete it this time. But the original upload or the live was deleted. And that was 4 hours ago. So you see, censorship is an all-time high. And sometimes when you tell people, people don't believe you. They be like, "Oh, that's not true. You're just making stuff up." But it's been 2 days now. I had a stream about BLM and they shut me down. Now some people say, "Oh, maybe it was your title, maybe because you put the word sodomite there." That's what I'm like. Okay, Sub Zero today. He just had uh the title. He said, "I finally figure out who he's targeting me." That's the title of his video. And all he did was he was just complaining why he's not allowed to express himself, and YouTube smashed his live and destroyed it. So that's what I'm saying. How far can they take this? It's like I I'm like, man, it's like now you have to quote unquote, like, if you don't want, if you want to express yourself without any censorship, now you gotta make a Patreon so people can go there. But at the same time, YouTube is, it's like the best place because everything is here. Now you gotta move your fan base into another platform. It's like they're forcing you to do more work, which is ridiculous. It's like I shouldn't have to have a Patreon to express myself. Like it's weird. It's dumb. I mean, isn't that the whole purpose of having subscribers? Like, okay, I'll give an example. I don't really. I'm not a big gamer, right? So you don't see me go to gaming channels and be like, okay, let me sit here for 3 hours and listen to someone play games. No, it's not in my liking. So it's like his space, his channel. That's his safe space. So whatever he does in his channel, that's none of my business because it's not something I want to hear anyway. So why would I? Okay, I'm like, oh, that guy is talking about the game I don't like. Okay, let me go and flag his video. Why? And why would YouTube do that? Because I'm not his subscriber. I'm not his fan base. And why would you watch something that you don't like? I mean, that's what we have TV channels, right? So are you gonna ban a channel because they show like dirty movies? Like, isn't that what the whole point where they say, okay, don't go into this channel because they show this. You gotta be 18 or older to watch it, right? So why would you? Okay, therefore, even forcing us now, whenever you upload a video, you have to basically pick and say that this is not for kids, right? Okay, you do that, but they still punish you. Like, what the hell? I'm like, I don't understand. So, okay, Do you want us to have a YouTube or look at the name YouTube? It's my tube. It's my channel. It's my section. I'm talking to a specific crowd that want to listen to me. Why would you? Why would you forbid me from doing what I'm supposed to do? Like, it's like I don't understand. Like me as a truck driver, whenever I'm on the road and I'm listening to Kuda or Zero or Game Changer or all the other guys, Mr. Fantastic, I'm on the road. I'm like, okay, can listen to music, but I'm like, nah. Let me listen to the stream, the lives, the audio, and the interaction. It's fun. I enjoy it, right? So YouTube is gonna make the decision in my place what I that those, let's say, the YouTube is okay. This content is now okay. Who are you, YouTube? You know my voice. I want to hear that. Why should you forbid me to make my own choice to lessen that stream? Like why? It's none of your business. You okay? Go over there. Go in your corner. Stop bothering us. Like it's ridiculous. Like, man, the brother was frustrated, man. He's like, why are they doing this to me? Like, he's like, does that mean what I'm saying is true? Is that why they bullying me? They're stopping me from speaking out. He's like, is this why? And guess what? YouTube's flag is live. Wow. I was like, wow. Wow. And the irony is, the voices out here that should be quote unquote silenced because many voices. There's a lot of scammers on YouTube. They don't get they don't get silenced. They don't get accused of defamation. Nothing, right? But you making a video about complaining why you being censored. YouTube flags your video for violating community guidelines. And that's why shadow banning. I'll say shadow. You better off being shadow banned than having your stream deleted each time you speak. And that's why I was telling some of the brothers last time because I know brother Slow was, oh, that's why you gotta speak in codes. I'm like, yo, guess what? In the coming weeks, it won't matter whether you speak in code or not. There's gonna be a lot of big YouTubers who gonna be out of here. There's a purge coming where they're gonna erase every voice. Where some of the people that we follow, you're gonna go one day, look up their channel, gone, gone. You can't hear from them unless they create a backup channel. You won't be able to hear them. And I'm telling you guys right now, we're in July 15. I keep saying something major is gonna happen between August and October. That will definitely make 2020 one of the most wildest, craziest year ever. And people like us who want to actually kind of get people alert or give you something, they want to silence us because the truth hurts. Wow, that's YouTube censorship. Wait, so you're saying they took away 75% of your library? You talk about your um was it all the videos you uploaded? Wow, man. And see, that's another thing we me and brother Sub Zero we mentioned. I mean, shout out to brother Kevin Samuel. He's doing what he's doing. I mean, that's what he's supposed to do. I look at streaming as as a business. It's like it's a gig, it's a hobby, and the brothers, if the people like the content, it's like, hey, shout out to you if you're making money here. But check this out, brother Kevin Samuels, right? He's been making videos for years about brothers have to update their appearance, dress code, how they look, smell, right? It's all about brothers. It's all about the appearance expression, right? You look at his videos, oh, a few thousand here and there, right? And his sub always stay like he never went up. Like you know what I'm saying? Like he was just constant, right? Unmovable, steady, right? But as soon as he switch a rhetoric, boom, he's skyrocketing. So the question to me, I'll be like, wait a minute. So you mean to tell me that when his targets were black men, about how black men should be better and all of that, YouTube didn't allow the message to spread out because you think, man, he has some nice videos, like it's gonna be like, rocking, it's gonna get views, right? Nah. But as soon as it switched to the rhetoric that he has right now, he broke a record yesterday. I believe Brother Rowler mentioned it, where Kevin Samuel has close to over 3,000 live watchers on his stream, and YouTube didn't do nothing, right? But he didn't have that when when he had all the rhetoric, right? When it was about the brothers, what they should do, right? So I sat there, when I heard Rollo mention, I'm like, wait a minute, let's do this little study. So let's use Kevin Samuel as an example. So is YouTube basically implying that if you have a message for the black man, how you should be better, that you're gonna be censored? But if you target the women, you're gonna be heard? Is that what YouTube is implying? Hmm. That's something to think about, huh? And yeah, what did Zero say? His quote, "Pussy and views." And then you see, by wait a minute, wait a minute. So if you want to talk about productivity, something that's better for society, something that is quote unquote order, that is of order, YouTube will basically restrict your stream to be promoted. Not only that, and they can even shut down your live, right? Against your will. But if you talk about BFF, or you talk about SEX, or you talk about uh, you know, nonsense fights in panels or something, you think about this, guys. You know how, in the ministry sometimes when people are having arguments on the panel, right? For those who are listening, right? Has YouTube ever shut down or deleted a live stream based on that? Like where you have people blah 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 blah, and then YouTube just delete it? No. Either it's gonna be the content creator like O'Shea, he will enter stream, during the rumble, meaning he does it from his end, not YouTube. That has never happened, right? But as soon as you have a particular rhetoric, you get silenced. And then when you point it out, people don't believe it. Oh, shadow ban is not real. You just being paranoid. You gotta try harder. You maybe you need to edit how you make your videos. Maybe you need to add an intro. You gotta have a nice format. Show your face. And I'm like, why do you have to do all that? Because people just want to hear you. You know, man. Like I'm just sitting here. I'm like, wow. Like, and it's amazing because I just started this whole live streaming this Sunday, so it's only been what 4 days now since I'm trying to practice and get used to get accustomed doing the live streaming. That's why I'm doing it since I have this free time. I just want to make a bunch of them. Why? So I gonna build my experience so that when I go back to work and I don't have time or I'm too busy, I can maybe do like one stream a day or something like that while I'm on the road. But to see what YouTube is doing right now, after everything that has happened in the last 4 months, it, yeah, this Jim, you mentioned something important. Like, okay, they're making money off of this thing. So why would they punish you? That's another question. Okay, you have a deal where you get this channel, he has viewers, he's making money, you're making money. So why would you silence them? Like, aren't you shooting yourself in the foot? YouTube, like, man, like, I don't know, man. Let me, you know what? Whoever wants to come, I'll post the stream here. Whoever is, I'm tired of rambling because it's like, what else can I say, man? It's like, it's ridiculous. Oh, thanks, YouTube censorship. Thanks, man. Slowly but surely, I'll have, voices that, people out there want to hear what I have to say. But I mean, even with that, remember, this Jim, this is what YouTube does. Like some of the videos I uploaded, right? Because I use copyrighted song, I can make money off of it. So the way YouTube has it, where because I have those videos. Hold on, let me add you in. Let me take off the picture. What's up, bro? How you doing, man? Let's see. I see you getting your mic on, huh? I see your mic is on, but I can't hear you. James, you there? Yeah, I think he's having mic problem. Yeah, he mentioned something about the Cash App and Snap because uh, some of the lives that I had where I play some song that are copyrighted, YouTube basically say that my those videos cannot be monetized, but they say that commercials will play. So that means if commercials play, YouTube is still making money. So I'm not making any money from it, right? So I'm like, okay, that's fine. So if YouTube is still gonna make money regardless, and I don't, but I make money off of super chat, why should I be jealous? Because they're gonna make money anyway because I use quote unquote copyrighted songs on my stream, within my live, and they're like, well, you can make money off your live. So anytime you play anything copyrighted, that means you don't make money. The audio that I play, it's old. It's like before 1989, so it's not copyrighted. So that means there's not gonna be any notification or a flag on it saying you use a copyrighted material, so you cannot make money off of this stream. So that can happen. Oh, okay, yeah, you I see. But this censorship, man, it's ridiculous. And I think if more people start making videos about talking about this, maybe it will create an algorithm, basically showing that, hey, some people, we're not the only one, right? Because the more people see this, maybe it will send a message to YouTube like, hey, people are starting to realize what we're doing. Because if people stay silent, then they're gonna keep bullying. They're gonna keep bullying people, and that's not right. I mean, this place is fun. We can have entertainment and all that. Like me. I mean, like last show. I was playing with this. Doing stuff like this. This is fun, but at the same time, we're supposed to be serious too. So how about that censorship? YouTube hates me. uh, but I'm just like, man. And with the whole thing with Nick Cannon, like, which was yesterday, but the news breaking today, and it shows you the power of the media, man. On TMZ, they say, oh, he made anti-Semitic remarks, but on TMZ, they don't tell you exactly what he said, right? But then you go to another article, it tells you, oh yeah, this is what he said. So the whole thing is, all they're saying is, oh, he made some anti-Semitic comment, you know, it's wrong and this and that. But the question is, just like they did with Deshaun Jackson, okay, tell us what he said that is anti-Semitic. Why are you withholding what he said? Just tell us, right? That's also another form of censorship where they accuse somebody, right? They say, "Oh, this person, okay, uh, okay, you accuse him. Okay, we understand. Show us the proof that he did it. Oh, he's just a bad person. Okay, show us why he's a bad person. Where's the proof? Did he beat somebody? Okay, show us what he did. Oh no, you don't. Well, whatever he did, it was bad. He's a bad person. Show us the proof, right? We live in a nation where they say we're about laws and proof. Okay, why the media they omit that information? Why? Because by them omitting, they don't want the people to know exactly what Nick Cannon said. The truth is out, and the thing is, they're making you tell the truth as hate speech. That's why I said the whole thing about censorship. This is what will happen, right? Whether you're not saying anything or not, they're still gonna censor you anyway. They're still gonna strike you. That's why it's funny. Zero, he mentioned he's like, man, I know my channel is not gonna last till next year. He's like, before the end of the year, it's gonna be gone. And you know what? Thinking about it now with what's happening, what happened today, I'm like, yeah, zero. They coming after you, man. You going against feminism? Yeah, yeah. They be like, oh, once zero hits 1,000, which we all want to, right? But because now he's gonna be, in a big boys club, his message is gonna resonate, and guess what? YouTube won't have it, and I believe Zero already knows. That's why he's like, I'm doing my best, but I already know they're gonna shut me down anyway. But that's the problem. Like whether you agree with him or not, it does let him be. Like why would you want to silence somebody because they say something you don't agree? It don't make any sense. He's not insulting. He's just saying, okay, here's what's happening. Here's the solution. What's wrong with that? I just don't understand. Like I'm like, what's wrong with that? Oh, that's Jimmy. You are you in the truck? Oh man, you're on the road, man. Yeah, I'm. I'll try to stay out because I know I looked around. The reason why I put 4 p.m. because I was looking around. I didn't see anybody in this sector having a show. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna fire stream. I guess since today is Hump Day, Wednesday, everybody's doing something. But yeah, man, I'm like, it's so crazy, man. Like, oh, okay. While I wait for people who can show up, to come in on the stream, I'm gonna go to Nick Cannon's Facebook so I can read he posted it today. Basically, because he got fired by Viacom, right? So let me. I was on his Facebook today, Nick Cannon. Let me go read it, man. Nick Cannon. Okay, I'm on his page. This is what he says. Hopefully, okay. He says, "Truth and reconciliation. I am deeply saddened in a moment so close to reconciliation that the powers that be misused an important moment for us to all grow closer together and learn more about one another. Instead, the moment was stolen and hijacked to make an example of an outspoken black man. I will not be bullied, silenced, or continuously oppressed by any organization, group, or corporation. I am disappointed that Viacom does not understand or respect the power of the black community. I was a member of the Viacom for over 20 years. Blah blah. I'm just gonna skip. He's gonna be like blah 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 blah, and then I'll go to the next paragraph. I don't have to defend myself here. The proof is in the history. I believed that the corporation was becoming more progressive and willing to create helpful space and dialogue in these difficult and uncertain times of 2020. Instead, they chose to recently ban all advertisement that supported George Floyd and Breonna Taylor, who we all who we are all still seeking justice for. I also went as far back to reach out to Miss Shari Redstone, the owner of Yacom, to have a conversation of reconciliation and actually apologize if I say anything that pain or hurt her or a community. See what's going on? Yeah. Dead silence. So that's when I realized they don't want a conversational growth. They wanted to put the young Negro in his place. They wanted to show me who is boss, hang me out to dry, and make an example of anyone who says something they don't agree with. But like the great Shirley uh, Shelsom, I am unbossed and unbought and unbothered. I respectfully stepped away from oppressive corporations in the past. NBC threatened and mistreated me for years, but I was the bigger person and abandoned a eight-figure salary on their number one hit show, America's Got Talent, and currently stand by my friend and queen, Gabrielle Union, in her fight against oppression. Uh, wow, it's a long paragraph. You guys can go read it, but I'm gonna read his last two paragraphs. It says, "As for Viacom, who is now on the wrong side of history, I will continue to pray for you. I don't blame any individual. I blame the oppressive and racist infrastructure. Systematic racism is what this world was built on and was the subject in which I was attempting to highlight in the recent clips that have been circulating for my podcast. If I have further to hate speech, I wholeheartedly apologize. But now I am the one making demands. I demand full ownership of my $1 billion Wild and Out brand that I created, and they will continue to misuse and destroy without my leadership. I demand that the hate and backdoor bullying cease. And while we're at it, now that the truth is out, I demand the apology." That's Nick Cannon's letter on uh, on Facebook that he posted. So you see, it's on now. So they're gonna be silencing a lot of people. And if Nick Cannon, he's a famous person in the media, and they're able to basically keep him quiet from speaking truth, then who are we? We just little people. You know, we just little people. We have no power, nothing, and it's sad. I'm like, this is America. We have freedom of speech. This is America. You can say anything without fear of bullies stopping your free speech. This is America. But I guess we were wrong. We were wrong big time. But hey, we can talk about anything else. BFF, talk about nonsense and talk about sports and everything. Oh, everything is good. Oh yeah, go ahead. They took out the sports. Now we can talk about sports because there's no games. We can talk about you know LeBron James, Steph Curry. We can talk about it because they're not playing. The season is canceled. Uh, Maybe NBA might come back next year. Who knows? Football, oh, definitely they cancel it. They're not coming back anytime soon. No way. No, 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 no. And in the news, there's a debate about school, right? I know here in Houston, one county, they said schools are gonna be now online. So, hey, Kuda was right. Yeah, I really said that everything is gonna be online now. Get your kids, get everything. Look, it's happening. It's really happening. It's man. Let me play again that 2 minute audio. You're like, I'm like, man, this Yuri, he said that years ago. And the letter of Albert Paiwan, they say that they shall release the nihilist and the atheist to the public, and basically they're gonna do what they're supposed to do. And once the mission is accomplished, just like uh, a prostitute, like once you're done, you cast her aside. That's what they're gonna do to them. Like they use them, they're like pawns on the chessboard to do the beating of the playmaster. And then once the game is won, they don't need you anymore. They put you back in a box. You done. Good job, soldier. Good job. Hold on, let me play that song. That song. That audio, man. Hold on, no. Hold on, guys. 1 second.
The useful idiots, the leftists who are idealistically believing in the beauty of Soviet socialist or communist or whatever system, when they get disillusioned, they become the worst enemies. That's why my KGB instructors specifically made a point: never bother with leftists. Forget about these political prostitutes. Aim higher. This was my instruction. Try to get into uh, large circulation, established conservative media. Rich, filthy rich movie makers, intellectuals, so-called academic circles, cynical, egocentric people who can look into your eyes with angelic expression and tell you a lie. These are the most recruitable people, people who lack moral principles, who are either too greedy or too suffer from self-importance. They feel that they matter a lot. These are the people who KGB wanted very much to recruit.
But to eliminate the others, to execute the others, don't they serve some purpose? Wouldn't they be the ones we rely
they
on?
serve purpose only at the stage of destabilization of a nation. For example, your leftists in United States, all these professors and all these beautiful civil rights defenders, they are instrumental in the process of the subversion only to destabilize the nation. When their job is completed, they are not needed anymore. They know too much. Some of them, when they get disillusioned, when they see that Marxist-Leninists come to power, obviously they get offended. They think that they will come to power. That will never happen, of course. They will be lined up against the wall and shot. But they may turn into the most bitter enemies of Marxist-Leninists when they come to power. And that's what happened in Nicaragua. You remember most of these former Marxist-Leninists were either put to prison or one of them split, and now he's working against Sandinistas. It happened in Grenada when Maurice Bishop he was already a Marxist. He was executed by a new Marxist who was more Marxist than this Marxist. Same happened in Afghanistan when first there was Taraki, he was killed by Amin, then Amin was killed by Babrak Karmal with the help of KGB. Same happened in Bangladesh when Mujibur Rahman, very pro-Soviet leftist, was assassinated by his own Marxist-Leninist military comrades. It's the same pattern everywhere. The moment they serve their purpose, all the useful idiots are either be executed entirely, all the idealistically minded Marxists, or exiled or put in prisons like in Cuba.
Yeah, like that audio playing is basically saying the useful idiots are being used by the communist agenda. And once their job is done, they're gonna cast them out like a leper. That's the whole game. Just like in the movie The Dark Knight, the Joker told a Batman, he's like, once it's all said and done, when they don't need you anymore, they're gonna cast you out like a leper. He said they only need you right now because you benefit them. And that's the whole thing about this censorship. Um, They're using the bullies to basically bully others, and then once those voices are silenced, then their voice will be silenced too, which is it's the circle of life, you know. What goes around comes around. But yeah, I wanted to make a live stream to basically talk about censorship and to basically let you guys know what's going on, what happened to us today, like especially me when I was on brother Sub Zero 3639. We were all shocked, man. We're like, whoa, wow, like they're not playing, man. Like we were like, oh, yeah, they may do it, they may not. But while we were talking, is like, and then I noticed on his channel that it just turned black and it says this video has been deleted. And then I told him, I'm like, wait, your video? He's like, yeah, I already knew. Yeah, yeah. He's like, I knew, but I just kept going because it's still, still the show is still live, but YouTube ended it without his permission. So I know that's Jamie. You're probably on the road. I don't know if I should fire another stream or why not, but probably will end the show as I don't see anyone coming on. I know today is weird. Today, this Wednesday is kind of weird. Like there was not a lot of stream today. I'm surprised. I'm like, what's happening today? Today feels like it's a weird day. Usually it's because I know usually when I'm on the road, and I be like, oh, okay, what stream is on? I know Zero is on right now, but even him, it's like I'm like, man, usually you have Zero, Ramil, Mr. Fantastic, everybody else running, but it's like it's kind of quiet today. I'm like, whoa, what's going on? I guess everybody, because the whole thing about Nick and I bet everybody is gonna be talking about it. Some people did, some people are silent, they're just waiting, but who knows? But that's James. If you're listening to me, what I'll probably do is I'm gonna end this stream on this topic, and then I'll probably do like a mini live where there's an article uh, that was actually Jessica suggested to me, but I haven't had time because there've been many topics, man. It's like I wanted to make a video about the was it the incident on the plane, but it's like man, there's so many topics to talk about. That's one thing I realized about what is it streaming. It's fun, and at the same time, it's like you're working on one theme on one topic, and then something else come that's very exciting that you want to jump on it, but you're like, oh man, he's like, I got this to work on. There's just so many stuff happening, and you only have so much time to talk about everything. Also, let's see. I'm gonna end the stream. Thank you guys for showing up. I know some people are busy right now, but I know that that's Jim. Don't worry, I didn't forget about you. So I know you wanted to jump in. So if I do fire up another stream, once you have your stuff ready, you can come on up, man. So we can chop it up. Uh, Let me give out one more. Hey, anyone who wants to jump on and talk about this? Anybody? Anybody? Don't be scared. I don't want. Censorship is life. Censorship is life. Yeah, that man, I should have had that team. Be like, censorship is life. uh, oh yeah, the echo is working. Hold on. Hello? Hello, 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 hello. Who is your daddy? Yeah, that was wild. So yeah, guys, censorship is an all-time high. So we'll see what happens next. All right, guys, I'll catch y'all on the next one. Uh, I'll probably fire up another stream in just a few minutes. Lou, thanks, man, for showing up. I know everybody's working. Everybody, yeah, that's the thing. I guess I'm so used on working all the time, so I'm on vacation and I'm doing all this, and then everybody's working. It feels weird, man. It feels weird. I haven't like ever since the pandemic. I was working, man. I didn't take any break, man. No vacation, nothing. And it was weird because when I was on the road and I noticed some of my coworkers, you know, all the drivers, I wasn't seeing them when I was going to Amazon locations. And then when I met one of my homies, I'm like, "Hey, I haven't seen you out." He's like, "Oh man, I took 45 days off." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, man." He's like, "After all this pandemic stuff," he's like, "Hey, I want to be safe, man. I stay home until everything started opening. When they started like kind of opening certain businesses. That's why he came out. But he was gone. Like he missed the whole thing, the whole month. Like he was gone March, April, and then by May he came back. So man, I'm like, man, you were lucky, man, because he took a month vacation. I know he took a 2 week vacation, but when the pandemic happened, he extended it. So yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I hear you, man. I hear you. Yeah, building a business is not easy, man. I mean, that's all we're trying to do. It's not easy, man. Hey, that's why I'm trying this whole streaming thing because DJ Kuda even mentioned he said that they're projecting that by 2025. That was I think that was before even the pandemic, and even after pandemic, they were saying that they're projecting that by 2025, the amount of income that can be was it the amount of money that streaming will generate by 2025 will be 72 to 75 billion dollars. That's a lot of money. Billions. That's a lot of money. So all of us are here. We're trying to participate and get the piece of the pie for ourselves too. So by providing good content and interacting with people from different areas. But I'm like, man, the one thing I'll leave you guys is, man, the censorship is an all-time high, man. It's ridiculous. Now we have to have backup just in case something happens. If they cut your stream or something, you can send it to Spotify or other places or Patreon. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're right. Yeah, this will be like, Kuda, Kuda. I'm a content creator. Who's your daddy? DJ Kuda be like,
Kuda, 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 Kuda. Let me spit some game on you. Spit out some game. Game is life. Kuda, where are you? You pass out? Kuda pass out? Come on, Kuda. Let me spit some game. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Ah, oh, this is nice.
shout out to Kuda, man. Hey, thanks to Kuda, man. Like I'm able to do all this stuff, man. This is fun, man. I'm telling you guys, like you know, I, some people may like, man, fasting is taking so serious. Like everybody say, they say fasting is so calm and serious. I guess I'm showing them the other side of me, huh? My select side. my, my select soft was it
My game voice. I sound very select now. I'm the Judge Gila.
Judgezilla. Yeah, that
Judgezilla.
Judgezilla. This is how you talk, man.
So guys, yeah, this is my voice. I'm I'm Judge Zilla.
And then who was it? This is Star City. Tama, guys. Tama. Let me chime in. And then Vision. Hey, Kuda. Come on, man. Let me have it. Come on, Kuda. Shout out to Vision, man. See, we got a lot of characters out here, man. Everybody have their unique ways. Oh man, I should probably make like a stream where I'm having fun, man. Like because I know this is on the censorship. This is more like a serious topic. So what I'll do is I'm gonna end this stream, and who knows? Hey, Lou, what do you think? Do you think I should do another music stream? where I'll play some of my music and basically like interact. Hopefully, by the time I do that, this James can come in so we can chop it up. But I was like, you know what? Let me do something like that because yeah, this topic was way too serious. So I know some of you guys you're at work and you want to hear something fun. So you know what I'll do? I'll probably gonna end this and then do it like a music stream where I'll play some music and if someone wants to talk, then I'll just pause and then we'll talk and chop it up. And then if someone doesn't show up, I'll just start streaming. So stay tuned, guys. I'm gonna end this stream. So thanks again for sharing up, man. Lou, this James, YouTube censorship. I'll see you guys in a few minutes. Hold on. All right, peace.